Welcome back to Red Pill Examined, where I look at and debunk red pill talking points and expose red pill content creators as hypocrites, liars, and scammers. And in this video, we'll be looking at how the high value man himself, Mr. Kevin Samuels, broke up a happy home by dating and or trying to court another man's wife. Now this is particularly surprising considering how much Kevin Samuels preaches about the importance of family within the quote-unquote black community, as well as the code of honor and integrity that he believes men should hold themselves to. And so the purpose of this video is to show that Kevin Samuels, like many other red pill content creators, isn't someone whose personal life mirrors the message he preaches. So let's begin by first listening to what Kevin Samuels' views are on pursuing a married woman.
If you don't think having a woman like Tony on your arm is a benefit to you in any room you're in, and you don't think that other men are intelligent enough to see that woman and see the benefit she is to you, you're a fool. Now, I'm a gentleman. I have integrity. I've never been one to go holler at a man's wife. I just don't do that.
So now that we've heard Kevin Samuels say that he has too much integrity to holler at a man's wife, let's now get to the story which led to him breaking up a happy home. Now all of this started when Kevin Samuels posted a picture and video on Instagram of himself with another quote-unquote social media influencer by the name of Six the Goddess, who was said to be married at the time. Now given the obvious optics, MediaTakeOut the following day picked up on it and posted an article accusing Kevin Samuels of stealing Six the Goddess from her husband. And shortly thereafter, her and her quote-unquote husband ended their relationship. As for Kevin Samuels, he immediately took to Instagram and YouTube to state that his interaction with Six the Goddess was strictly about business.
And the funny thing is, apparently, I'm now stealing wives. Apparently now I'm 55 and I'm stealing wives. Now wait a minute. I thought, is it I'm stealing wives or I'm secretly gay? Which one is it? Oh, you're not really who you say you are. Guys, at the end of the day, you have to take it all and laugh. You know, one thing I do think of, it's sad that black people can't do business without it being salacious. So let me go ahead and address this too. Apparently I've been on MediaTakeOut. I'm 55 years old, apparently, and I'm stealing men's wives. Guys, later on this week or next week, we're going to talk about the sad state, the reality that black men and black women can't do business. You should be, every other race of people can have business meetings with colleagues that are, same sex, opposite sex, without it becoming scandalous. Shout out to the 95 or 99% of you guys that were like, hey man, nice to see a brother and a sister out talking, collaborating. But some of you guys are, I thought she was married and I thought she was this, I thought she was that. Shame on you guys, man. It's sad. It's really sad that no other race of people beats themselves like we did. So let me get this right. Black men and black women cannot have business meetings. See, the hot point is when you are good at what you do, you're going to attract attention. So you don't get mad at it. I saw people saying, you need to sue them, you need to sue them. For what? For what? You choose to become a public person. You choose to deal with salacious rumors and everything else out there. I'm going to use it to make a lot of money. That's what I was going to do. You're just no different than if people want. Now, I will say they're lying.
Now, before showing how Kevin Samuels blatantly lied, it's important for me to point out that after doing a bit of research, I found out that Six the Goddess at the time wasn't technically married. She was, however, engaged to be married, as evidenced by the picture shown, and her fiancé at the time referred to her as his wife, a title that she never tried to denounce or deny.
All right, guys. Chef Todd, this is my beautiful wife, Sister Goddiss.
Hey guys.
Tonight, couples in the kitchen.
So with that out of the way, let's now get to Kevin Samuels' lack of accountability in all of this. Now, the first issue with Kevin Samuels stating that his interaction with Six the Goddess was strictly about business is that the ambiance and overall vibe of their dinner seemed to be more about pleasure and less about business and networking. Starting with them meeting at night as opposed to during the day, which would have been more appropriate for a business meeting. Another issue is the lack of respect that Kevin Samuels showed to Six the Goddess's fiancée when he took a picture with her as he placed his hand firmly around her waist. And please keep in mind that because of the way her dress was designed, Kevin Samuels was touching her bare lower back, which was extremely inappropriate given the fact that according to him, she was only supposed to be a business associate. Now, as if that wasn't enough, there was a moment that night where Kevin Samuels made it abundantly clear via Instagram video that his interaction with Six the Goddess was pleasure and not business. However, the video in question was deleted by Kevin Samuels shortly after the MediaTakeOut article, but luckily, I have it. So here is Kevin Samuels doing what he calls business.
Sorbet time! Receipts shown. So we're back at my sorbet spot. You know what?
So we clearly see from this video that Kevin Samuels was showing off Six the Goddess in a way to make it seem like their interaction was more pleasure than business, which he then tried to deny afterwards. But the simple fact that he deleted this video from his Instagram immediately after the MediaTakeOut article shows that even he knew how incriminating that video was. Now, as previously stated, shortly after all of this came out, Six the Goddess and her fiancé broke off their engagement. And while she has insisted that her relationship was on the rocks prior to this incident, it's obvious that her interaction with Kevin Samuels that night was the straw that broke the camel's back. And while Kevin Samuels' behavior was inappropriate, it's also important to note that Six the Goddess was a willing participant and bears blame in all of this as well, as evidenced by her willingness to entertain the company of a man who isn't her husband and to allow such a man to place his hand firmly around her waist. Be that as it may, this sequence of events did bring publicity to both parties involved, as Kevin Samuels' popularity continued to rise, while Six the Goddess continued to be a quote-unquote influencer of femininity. Nevertheless, the purpose of this video was to show that Kevin Samuels, like many other red pill content creators, isn't someone whose personal life mirrors the message he preaches. A message that is supposedly about the importance of family, along with a code of honor and integrity, and a standard of excellence that he unfortunately cannot uphold.
I do business with my homeboys and my dogs, but I don't go hang out on the town. Oh, I don't want to sit across dinner from a man. I want to sit across dinner from a beautiful woman. This is another reason when people talk about, hey man, show your receipts, show who you're dating. You think I'm going to take the women that I'm actually dealing with in my personal life?
Receipts shown.
But this is another reason when people talk about, hey man, show your receipts.
Receipts shown.
And this